Hey guys, Weeby News here, and today I'm going to be discussing some new information we've received regarding Kodaka and Uchikoshi's newest game, the 100-line Last Defense Academy. A vast majority of the new information is from a Famitsu interview with Kodaka, but there was also a new trailer released and a new summary posted by the game's official English Twitter account, so I'll be going over those as well. The most important thing revealed in the trailer is the fact that the blood is red, and it's not pink. I never thought I would see Ruiko Matsuzaki's art with red blood. It looks so wrong. No, I'm just kidding. It looks fine, but it probably will take me a little while to get used to seeing the Danganronpa art style with red blood. I think this also kills the theory that this game is connected to Danganronpa. That, along with the fact that Kodaka confirmed that this game doesn't connect to Danganronpa in the Famitsu article I'm going to cover later. Just wanted to mention that since I have seen a lot of people speculating about it. We also get a closer look at some of the designs of the main cast along with their dialogue. My favorite so far is this purple-haired girl, because not only is her design gorgeous, the only line we have from her is super intense. She says, "Do you realize your decision also affects the rest of us? We're being denied important information because of your cowardice." Like, what a girl boss. I love how blunt she is so far. She seems like one of those characters that doesn't care how others perceive her, and I just love that energy, especially since I think it has potential to cause discord later on, and I am all about the drama. Otherwise, we see some of the other students confused as to where they are and how they ended up there. It seems pretty similar to Danganronpa in the sense that the characters are blacked out while being transferred to the school. It also opens up the possibility that more time has passed while they were unconscious than they're aware of. In the new summary, it states, "The mysterious entity which calls itself Saray gives Takumi the unique ability Himoanemia, which he uses to escape the dire situation he is in, but is then forced by Saray to transfer to the Last Defense Academy." The language in the summary makes it seem like Saray is a bit sketchy in my opinion. Like, I feel like the fact they state that he forces Takumi to join the Last Defense Academy is what rubs me the wrong way. Like, Takumi never really had a say in the matter, and I assume all the other students gain their power in a similar way too, and I'm guessing that none of them really want to be there at all. One character even expresses as much, saying this. So with all of this in mind, I think the students will be a bit apprehensive on whether or not they can trust him. In the new dialogue revealed, it seems like they're discussing his request, and one of the students even questions why they're expected to save humanity instead of the army or scientist, which is honestly pretty fair. But yeah, overall, Saray seems very, very sketchy. Another thing I want to note is that this summary states 15 students have been brought together, while the first trailer stated 15 other students, which implied to me that there would be 16 students total, including the protagonist. So I'm not sure if there was like a typo or translation error, or if they accidentally revealed in the first trailer that there was a secret 16th student hiding somewhere in the school, but I hope it's the latter because that would be hilarious. Finally, we see more of the Nightmare Fuel bosses will be fighting. I'm assuming the cute little guys will be a warm-up while these guys will be the main boss battles. Also, one of these monsters has a very human-like appearance. They almost look like a human wearing a mask to me, and it begs the question if humans are the ones who started this apocalypse. Also, I do want to put a quick trigger warning for this next part, so skip to the time on the screen if you would like to avoid this topic. Although I'd probably recommend not playing this game if this topic is sensitive for you, because it seems like it might be something that's pretty present in this game. Basically, there's this scene where you can see the monster itself, which sounds pretty similar to how Takumi himself in the stomach in order to unlock his power. So it makes me really wonder if these enemies' abilities are the same as the main cast. And that is another thing that makes Saray look sketchy in my opinion, considering he's the one who gave the students these powers. But that is it for the new information from the trailer. Now I'd like to deep dive into the Famitsu article, which I will be using Google Translate to read, so I apologize if there's some translation issues. So like I've mentioned before, this game is a collaboration between Kodaka of Danganronpa and Raincode and Uchikoshi of Zero Escape and AI Somnium Files. They also have Ruiko Matsuzaki, the main concept artist of Danganronpa, as the character designer, Shimado Riru, the art designer of AI The Somnium Files, as the creature designer, and Masafumi Takeda, the music composer of Danganronpa, as the audio director. So yes, lots of Danganronpa collaborators are working on this, which I think is why we were seeing so much influence from it. It's first revealed that this game has been in development for over 6 years. It was actually canceled at one point in time because they were planning on partnering with another major publisher, but that plan fell through. They eventually revived the project since they felt so passionate about it and decided to continue developing it on their own. At first, they thought making the game on an indie scale would be enough, but as the concept became more solidified, they realized they would have to expand the scale of development. And so they actually ended up going into debt making this game, and they're still currently in debt from this project too. Kodaka described it as a title that they're risking their lives for. So it's pretty wild seeing how passionate they feel about this project and how much they believe in it, considering that, yeah, it seems like they're risking everything for it. It definitely does get me a lot more excited to try this game out. And they also discussed the concept art that was revealed a long time ago, stating the concept of the work has not changed, but in order to make a proper restart, the character designs have been renewed. Although the appearance has changed, the setting has been inherited, so similar characters will appear. It was clarified that the politician-like old man will not appear in this game though, since apparently Komatsuzaki drew it without permission, so it's a character that Kodaka doesn't even know. I'm pretty surprised they left that in, considering they didn't even know who this like random old guy was, but at the same time that seems very on brand for them. Also, very tragically, the fat raccoon from that concept art won't be appearing in this game either. He was the original key visual of Saray, the mascot, and obviously they went with a different design, which I am so sad about. I love that fat raccoon, man. You will never be him, Saray. This point in the article is where he confirms that this game will not connect to the Danganronpa series, and although it won't connect, he does state that he believes it inherited the soul of Danganronpa, since he feels that the atmosphere and the adventure parts are similar to it, and of course also because he and many others who worked on Danganronpa, like Rui Komatsuzaki and Takada, are involved. Overall, he feels pretty confident that fans of Danganronpa will enjoy this title. Each student of the main cast will have a different special subject and favorite weapon. These aspects will be reflected in their designs, similar to how the ultimate talents of Danganronpa were reflected in those characters' designs. More information on the special talents and weapons will be revealed later on, but in the trailer you can see a couple of new weapons. The blue-haired girl has knives appearing out of what seems to be portals, and the purple-haired girl is wielding a large axe. The enemies they fight are unknown entities that go by the name Shinkosei, invading school students. As it is faintly depicted in the key visual, the school is protected by a pink flame called the Unextinguishing Flame, so the invading school students do not always attack. When the invading school students cross the flame, the students have to repel them. The students are not told the secrets of this school or the Unextinguishing Flame, and they do not know why the invading school students attack the school. In a situation where they do not know anything, the story progresses as they fight the invading school students. I'm super interested to learn about the mysteries of the school and what exactly they're supposed to be protecting that's inside its walls. The organization that Saray is a part of just seems so secretive and mysterious. I think what I'm looking forward to most in this game is unraveling all these secrets. I feel like that part of the game will be really reminiscent of Danganronpa, and how in those games you're trying to uncover the mystery behind the killing game. One of the most interesting details mentioned in this interview is that apparently the core mechanism in this game is a spoiler, and Kodaka said that people who play the game will think that 2Kyo Games is insane. He also states that if you play the game, you'll also understand why Uchikoshi and I teamed up, and you'll understand why we recruited new people and had multiple scenario writers participate in this title. I am so curious to know what this secret is. This is probably the part of the interview that got me the most excited for the new game. I have no clue what it could be at this moment, but I will definitely be brainstorming as more information gets released. In regards to the basic flow of the game, Kodaka states you progress through 3 parts: adventure, exploration, and simulation RPG. As I explained at the beginning, it's a game in which you fight for 100 days, but time doesn't just pass by. Like in the Danganronpa series, some kind of event occurs each day, and you can interact with your companions and deepen your bonds. There is also free time where you can train hard to improve your stats and forge weapons to power them up. The purpose of the adventure and exploration parts is to prepare for enemies that may attack at any time while enjoying daily life with your companions. It makes me feel better that he's comparing the pacing to Danganronpa, since like I said, the 100 days thing was definitely the aspect of the game that I was the most apprehensive about, since I haven't really had good experiences with games that span over a long period of time like that, especially when they count the days as you're playing the game. But I saw a lot of you guys saying that it might function like Fire Emblem does. TJ Eevees9494 commented, in Fire Emblem, 3 houses each month has a major story mission that the player does at the end of each month. Certain days of each month gives the player the option to either explore the campus and raise bonds with characters, but the player has a limit on how many activities they can do in a day, take students on non-main story battles to raise levels and get bond points, or hold a seminar to raise student proficiencies. So long story short, it's possible they will use a system similar to this where you don't actually play each individual 100 days, but have little jumps in time and set days where players decide how they want to spend their time. I really hope this is the case, and I'm very optimistic that it is, considering it does seem like Fire Emblem was a big influence on this game. But yeah, a lot of comments like this made me feel a lot better about the whole 100 days aspect. Regarding the RPG part, he states, simulation RPGs also incorporate tower defense elements, so you don't just defeat enemies. You fight while defending the school. Another major feature is that the invading students attack in hordes, so battles are not square by square, but rather take place across multiple squares. MediaVision, who they're working with, has worked on several simulation RPGs to date. We hope to be able to reveal more about the system in the future, but we're grateful that they are coming up with new ideas to make the battles more exciting, such as characteristics and special moves for each character, so that even simulation RPG fans can be satisfied. Kodaka also mentions that although they're implementing elements to make it more exciting for RPG fans, they're also trying to make it beginner-friendly for players who aren't used to this type of gameplay too. But yeah, this will conclude the video. I just tried to summarize all the highlights from this article. It's a pretty long article, so if you want to read it yourself, I will link it in the description. I'll also be sure to link the new Twitter account and the newest trailer as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am super excited to play this game. I feel like the more I hear about it, the more excited I get. Just the fact that they were willing to take so many risks to make this game just shows how passionate they feel about it. And I am so curious what that spoiler mechanism is, especially the fact that they were like, oh, when you play it, you'll know why Uchikoshi and I collab together. Like, that just sounds so ominous. I really want to know what it is. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching this video. Please do be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you did enjoy it. That kind of stuff has helped me out a bunch. And yeah, I will see you guys real soon.